Soldier was I can't remember that guy's name. The agent that's like the anti Captain America. Like that storyline would have been way more interesting to go through rather than what they had already done. You know, with that girl.
Right.
So yeah, for that
Right.
reason, I could see why Thunderbolts would be interesting.
Yeah, I think just overall, just like hype level, a little more hype for Thunderbolts, and even after knowing stuff about Brave New World, I feel like Thunderbolts will be better. I think. Speaking of being better, let's add Danny of Comics and Everything on the panel here. What's going on, Danny?
What
You
up,
told
Danny?
me 5 o'clock.
He told me 6.
Yeah, you're early. Well, just 5 her time.
Oh,
5 her
yeah.
time. Yeah. This is the new midweek mega show, Danny. So you just kind of stroll in with your pajamas on or something, you know.
Excuse me. This is
no,
my
I didn't say those pajamas.
St. Louis Cardinals hoodie, sir.
I wouldn't
Dan,
say
can we get
those
like
pajamas.
60 seconds before you guys start fighting?
I just said hi. I say, I'm glad you're here. But anyway, Danny's here. So let's get down to business here. But actually, let's get your thoughts on this before I transition. Captain America Brave New World, Danny, you probably see on the timeline people or Giancarlo Esposito saying they're doing more reshoots, right? So we know this film is already overbloated. 400 million is projected what they're spending, probably more now. This film is a Frankenstein film. Have we lost our hope with this Brave New World film?
Basically.
No.
Basically, I mean, you're doing reshoots this late in the game, man. You've already released a trailer. You've released the trailer, man. What are you doing?
That's really
I don't know. Yeah, that's bad.
That was the question. Do you believe it's broken? But it's like it comes out in 3 months. It's supposed to be coming out, and in the test screenings, Danny, I was telling the viewers that Giancarlo Esposito, he was barely in the test screening. So it's like all this hoopla that you're adding him, and he only had like 1.5 scenes. You're gonna add more. He's not even consequential to the story. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel it's broken, Danny. I feel it's broken, and I don't know who's gonna.
I'm in complete agreement. Giancarlo Esposito is amazing and is everything he does. He's wonderful, and I don't think his presence is going to be enough to, you know.
Yeah. I don't blame you. That. I mean, I think, like I said, this is going to be a loss. I don't know how it's going to affect Marvel as a whole, and but this is going to feel like an L. It's going to look like an L and smell like an L, and probably an L. Probably an L.
It walks like a duck.
It's going to be painful in some places, and probably in a lot of places.
So before I move on, we actually since this is the midweek mega stream, the panel will be growing at times. It just depends on availability. But I want to add on another longtime contributor. He helps me with the sports stuff as well. We got CeeLo of Real Talk Productions.
What's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
What's happening?
All right. Appreciate you jumping in when you get a chance, man. Again, we are expanding the ranks overall.
So you're replacing me.
I didn't say
you're replacing me because I'm gonna be gone.
It's just business, Danny.
I said expanding the ranks. It's amazing. But
Danny, you can never be replaced, okay?
That was the correct answer. Thank you, Speedy.
I was just blindsided. I was going to say that, but so Carlos, first off, welcome to the panel.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Stream, and we'll have you get your thoughts on this briefly because we're going to get to another topic. But you heard the rumors, you heard the stories about it, going to add more. Is this film broken to you, man? Brave New World.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think Kevin Feige is just and I might get some tomatoes thrown at me saying this, but I think they're a little worried of what DC has cooking up, because what you've been releasing these last couple of weeks on what's the overall arcing, thing that they got building up, it seems like they're just grabbing at straws and trying to put things together at this point. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, like Speedy said, like, you know, it's Marvel, so I'll give it that one watch in the theater. Hopefully it surprises me and, you know, it's good, but I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect out of this, honestly.
With this, like, the perception of Marvel, at least I thought, Danny, like after Deadpool, Wolverine, it's like, oh, they figured, you know, they're on the right track, right? You know, but you have this backlog of stuff. Now, Agatha turned out to actually be exactly what we thought. It was actually a decent watch. So I can't say all this backlog stuff is bad. It's just I'm not hearing the best from Captain America. So it's like they really don't have their act together like we thought they did. Marvel overall. So, you know. But then you have Daredevil. You have Daredevil next spring. So
and I've heard amazing things about it. Just amazing things.
So that should be great.
I think they just need to get past the previous Marvel stuff, and then once we get into this new era, I think it'll wake back up. That's what I think.
We definitely need to get some distance.
Yeah.
This is like a mashup of different directions, and we just don't really know what we're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates that we think that melted. We think they melted in the sun, you know, but we won't know until we open it.
That's deep. But do you think, like what Carlos was saying, Speedy, he was like, hey, this gives DC kind of a chance. I mean, it's not about like, you know, you gotta make more money, but it's just like DC needs the hype, you know.
The entertainment landscape for everything that we love, ladies and gentlemen, has grown so exponentially that I think right now there is a universe that DC firing on all cylinders and Marvel firing on all cylinders can exist and work. You know what I mean? And other stuff too. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff that's going to be coming at us, you know, from everywhere. Game of Thrones stuff. You got the Voltron stuff you're talking about. You got the Warhammer stuff. Just shows and just projects are going to be coming out of the woodwork for us to consume. Honestly, I don't know how much human possible time there is going to be for all of us to watch all this stuff. I mean, think of Star Wars is still making stuff, you know. It's just crazy, the output right now, you know, or what's with the output that they're planning to work on, you know.
Yeah, hey, we'll see. I mean, 2025 is going to be busy with a lot of releases,
and you know, and forget just Warner Brothers and Disney. We're talking about all the companies, even Netflix. Netflix is doubling down, bringing anime and bringing shows and producing stuff. I think they got to the point where they started letting things go, that they were like, we can't produce this. We got no time. But I think they just let go of a live action Gundam project to another studio recently.
They let go He-Man.
See, there you go. Yeah, so and it just comes down to, like, you know, the possible human time and effort it takes to make these things of a good quality, of course, and of course for the consumer to consume it,
and the budget,
and the budget and money,
budget as well. Yeah, definitely. Well, let's transition to a project that seems to have nailed the budget, quality, and everything of the Penguin series.
Oh man,
about to end off. We had the ultimate episode this past week, and this show, I mean, everything is advertised, Emmy worthy. Colin Farrell, it's not even fair what this man's doing.
He's doing amazing. And Helen Shaver, if you guys only knew who Helen Shaver is, where she got, she's from the Sci-Fi Channel, and I mean old school 90s Poltergeist, The Legacy Sci-Fi Channel. That's where she comes from, and she is absolutely creating. It's the greatest comic book TV show. It's so perfect. There's no way you could have improved this show. She is just absolutely nailed it.
She's the makeup person, or who?
She's the director.
Oh,
Oh, she's direct. Okay,
Oh.
because
She's
Lauren
directing.
LaFranc
Yeah,
is the
you play her
showrunner,
too.
but you mentioned the director. Okay, gotcha.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
Shout out to the whole staff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. But to know that she was from some, I mean, classic, cheesy, corny ass sci-fi channel shows from the 90s.
You paid her
And
dues.
now she freaking really did. She was there before Amanda Tapping or anyone else. And she is absolutely just showing planet Earth how it is done. It's just, I'm so proud. So proud to be a nerdy sci-fi chick, like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I feel you on that. No, it is as good. Like I said, I always never want to overhype or be like, is it really? But this show made me go back and watch Reeves the Batman, and like I actually like that movie now because of the Penguin.
Likewise,
we need that in tape,
Oh,
so
man.
we need that in tape, so.
Don't tell Keith that.
It's right. Me and Keith are gonna fight for days, right? Because but it's only because now I'm gonna say this clear: like Matt Reeves' Batman, that's not a Batman movie. It's a crime saga. Okay, it's a crime saga, and in this world, in this Gotham, I like that story now. But yeah.
I take it back. There's one note, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the show necessarily. But you're telling me that Sophia Falcone just blew up all the underground under Gotham, and Batman's just like, you know what? It's not worth getting out of bed for.
See, that's my big thing that I got.
Trying to find
We need to know in Batman Part 2, the first freaking scene, it needs to be like, what the heck was Batman doing while all this stuff was going down? And if it's not,
the finale.
And if it's not, it's a problem.
I mean, was it? It was like in a bad area though, right?
Yeah.
It was in the ghetto. In the ghetto of Gotham.
I'm just saying.
So what does the rich kid care? He's like, well, that's not really my problem. The cops are heroes. The cops have jobs, and I should just let the police handle it this time.
They'll take care of that. Yeah, they don't need me in the hood.
I don't need to go down to the west side anyway.
I'm just saying, but the show is great. Like I said, as advertised. The finale's next week, so looking for this weekend, Sunday. Looking forward to that. But the question, there's been some comments Matt Reeves has made. He sees everyone loves the show that his team put together. There's ideas for other projects. He says they've been talking, and we know this. And it looks like it's going to be a project or two getting off the ground, according to what's being said out there. So overall, your thoughts? Well, first, we gave our thoughts of Penguin, so we can't say enough good things about it. But who do we want to see next? Like, it can't be just like the Penguin show, but within the tools, the toys that Reeves has. I don't, Carlos, what do you think they should do next? They're planning a couple of them. So what you think?
I think they should sprinkle him in, but I would like him more as like in the Batman 2. It would be cool to see like a nod to Mr. Freeze, but before he becomes Mr. Freeze.
Ooh,
I like that idea.
Kind of like showing him go a little crazy, trying to save his wife and whatnot. I mean, my favorite adaptation of Mr. Freeze was in Gotham. Believe it or not, I thought they did a pretty good job with his story until
it wasn't that bad. Yeah,
I liked Gotham.
I liked Gotham. Yeah, with Gotham, it's like. I still felt like, man, we could use a little Batman here. At least with Penguin, it's like you don't even need Batman in the story, which is interesting how they did it. But Mr. Freeze will be interesting. Jules, what you thinking? What's another character you want to see playing the sandbox?
I mean, Batman has probably one of the best rogues gallery. I think the only one that compares would be Spider-Man. I still think Batman probably edges it. I mean, I personally have a soft spot for Clayface, but I don't know how that would work with this universe. Like, I don't want it to be too grounded, and then it just kind of takes away the fun element of it, where he's just like this giant monster that can turn into anything.
You saw the Cape Crusader, the Amazon, the recent.
Yeah, I don't really want
the
that.
Clayface in that one.
Yeah, It was okay.
You didn't
Like
like
they
that?
did
Okay.
they did a good job with the whole grounded element of it, but I just prefer things to have a little bit more of a mystical side of things, like a little bit more fantastical.
Mm.
That's just the comic
Right.
book world. Like you have to find that nice balance.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy would be a good one too, as Fernando just mentioned.
Poison Ivy's a good one as
Mhm.
well. We got any other thoughts on that? It's a lot of options.
Yes, you can't go wrong. There's just so many.
If
I
they
mean-
do the Clayface, like Jules is saying, I would like him more as like a background character, kind of like helping out the main villains, like, you know, changing his face, like being like a double or something like that, but not something so like focused in on him, because like you're saying, if you're not gonna do the full comic book, like, you know, crazy looking Clayface, I think it kind of
Yeah, don't even bother.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't bother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe like a Black Mask might work well in this universe.
Black. That would be.
I thought they might do the Two-Face with all the gangster characters that they have.
Yeah, that should be.
Yeah.
That should be one right there. But Blackface that'd be amazing. Just take that world and the day in the life of Black Mass. So a lot of good ideas. Good ideas.
He is part of a gangster family too, so that
it fits right
sense.
into the universe.
Yeah.
See, this one needs to happen.
Port of Owls. That is one of the.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That could be a whole series, or just like a series. Like a movie with Court of Owls would be great. I don't even know if I would prefer a movie or a series, just because it's so detailed.
I'd want a series. I want a full
So
Court of
good.
Owls series.
It's so good.
I want 10 seasons of Court of Owls.
Yeah. I need to go
Talons
back,
and
like,
everything.
1800s
we've never had a live action Condiment King. Why not? I want to see a guy shooting people with ketchup and mustard.
It's funny. I knew she was gonna say that too.
That's deep.
Why not?
All right. Well, we know they're doing something else, so we'll see. We'll see. Probably won't be that, but not bad overall. We'll see. Again, series finale. I guess it's a limited series. So Sunday it's coming to an end. We'll see.
Man,
we'll see how they get together, man.
I don't think I'm gonna be ready to say goodbye to Kristen Milioti. Like, no,
somebody gotta die.
I don't think she is. I don't think she is, man. That's my theory. I think they might roll her over.
I don't think she's gonna die. I've been hearing stuff that she's gonna have a role in the Batman too. And I hope so, because she's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
My thing with this show is like, because you figure Maroni would have survived the Batman Part 2, but like, oops, no. So it's like,
no, I got you.
No one can survive this fight. Yeah, that was a great scene first time. Like, I automatically was like, oh, he did it. He did it again.
He said the thing.
Said the thing. But no, everyone has to die on the show. Like like even the Penguin, like no one should survive. so I don't think Sophia will either. I think she should give us just like one of them classic, death scenes, and she'll win 3 Emmys for it. So
she better win like all the Emmys, and I don't just mean all the leading actress Emmys. I mean, I want her to win the actor, the supporting, the lead, all of it. Just hand them to her. She's done the work. She's broken her back carrying everything. She's
she's doing really great. She's doing
amazing. I'm being a little facetious. But she's doing amazing.
Yeah, she deserves the awards for sure. I mean, that one episode was episode 4 or whatever. When her background,
God.
She played like 3 different characters in one, episode. Like she was like the cheery Sophia, then the scared in prison, and then the broken.
And
that was amazing.
Can we talk about last week's episode? That was the coldest open in TV history. I mean, that was an ice cold open. I was like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to kill his brothers. Oh my God!
It reminded us. It reminded us that this is a villain show. This is a show about a villain, And it's like
Mhm.
it was the most beautiful thing to see because we have so many anti-heroes now that I was just like,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't want that anymore. Like this is
We
what I
have
wanted to see.
so many shows like it's got to be said, the friggin' Acolyte trying to make the Sith relatable and justified, and then the new Lord of the Rings series on Amazon giving orcs families and trying to make us relate to orcs. I'm like, wait a minute, orcs don't have babies; they come out of the mud. We know this already, but we have all these shows that are trying to make evil bad guys relatable and justified. That's just not how storytelling is supposed to work. We have to have a clear antagonist, and the Penguin's like, oh, I bet you forgot for a second. He's a bad guy. Bam.
I didn't expect him to go like that. I mean, you could tell the way when he was a child, he was glancing, like looking at his mom, showing affection to his brothers, and he was like, okay, this kid ain't right. Like something really ain't right with him.
Like he's a little too attached to his mama.
Yeah.
Little
You gotta
weird.
hop off a little bit.
Oz. Yeah.
Kind of Norman Bates, like, yeah, kind of weird stuff with that. But yeah, Penguin Show, we looking forward to more with that, how it ends and all that stuff, right? So let's get to an interesting story, and I guess / rumor that's out there, and dying to hear y'all thoughts overall.
Ooh.
James Gunn, treat this as rumor. I cannot fully confirm a lot on this, but it's been a lot of talks about what will be the big bad of the DCU, and how far will James Gunn go? Will he go goofy, bring back Starro? No. But according to reports out there, it is being said he's going to use the big bad from the Justice League New Frontier graphic novel, which became an animated film as well.
Which is amazing.
The center. Now, what is the center? This is a deep this is DC Comics nerds. Probably the general audience has no idea what this thing is, right? Is an organism, was primordial organism that survived all through these millenniums, and it can adapt. It can possess people. It can turn into a freaking island. It can create kaijus. It can do all kinds of stuff. This is swinging pretty big, and this, according to what's being said, this is going to tie together Creature Commandos. Going to be hints of that. Superman, hints of that in there. Green Lantern, etc. This is the Thanos of chapter 1.5 or whatever of the DCU. The thoughts we have with that. If you agree, either do you like this idea that Gunn? Because this sounds like such a Gunn thing. Like, oh, let's do like this organism that can do all this wild stuff, right? Do you agree with that choice before, like obviously a dark side? Or other big bads that you can go with? Are we agreeing with this choice?
Show my screen.
Let's see. Danny is producing the show now. I'm fine.
I am telling you,
that's the
this is New Frontier. This is the book. Yeah. That is excellent choice. This is one of the best graphic novels DC has put out. It's an absolutely fantastic story. Adapting any part of it would be just the tits. It'd be such a good idea. The center is such a how do you put that? Like, it's this quiet presence, like the way they have it portrayed in the animation. I am the center. Like it's just so off-putting. It's so unnerving.
Bonus points, Danny, for the voice. Who voiced
the voice acting?
Who voiced them in the animated film? I'm curious if anyone knows.
I do not know off the top of my head.
Spawn, Keith David.
Keith David. Make him do it again. Have him do it again. He was
exactly.
That would be amazing.
So good. And I'm telling you,
like,
every
literally.
DC fan, every comic book fan should read New Frontier. It is an absolutely phenomenal book.
Yeah.
And I have wanted ever since it came out, what, 2010, 2011 or something like that.
Something like that.
I've wanted to see something of it in live action. Like
it's a swing. Like I said, I mean, should this be the first big bad? I like the idea again. If these rumors are true, if he's going to seed it into different projects, and
Mhm.
then just like the New Frontiers, you're familiar with, Danny, that made the Justice League come together because of this threat, and that's how he can do his Justice League grouping up together in this. But what you, yeah,
I hope it. Sorry, one more thing. I hope it's a sign of where he's planning to go with Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman in this book is one of my all-time favorite portrayals of her. She looks like an Amazon. She towers above Superman. Like she stands up and she's like looking down on him, like poking him in the chest. I was like, yeah.
So what do you think outside the Wonder Woman part? I was like, Carlos, what do you think with this idea, or do you think they should go a different direction?
Well, I like this idea because obviously everybody wants, the dark side and stuff like that. This is something that's so big that, they mentioned how they greenlit, Titans. They greenlit a lot of these other teams, the JSA. We're going to see them in Superman. This threat is big enough to where we need all these teams that DC has in comic books. So it's like, this is smart, honestly. And it's bringing us comic book fans like what we want. Like we're seeing it on the big screen now. So it's exciting for me because you're giving a purpose to all these teams. And it's so good because you don't need to have this overarching Marvel theme, if you want to call it that every movie has to relate to each other. You can just sprinkle in something and then have it all come together later, but it's awesome, man. I'm excited for it. That's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely interesting concept for sure, and it's from the comics. So I always give the comics a chance if it's executed. But Jules, what do you feel? Because this isn't like a known villain. So
I don't know the center. It can go either way depending on how it's handled. It can go really badly if he doesn't do it right. But this seems to be right up James Gunn's alley, honestly. He likes to take these obscure characters and really blow them up. I haven't watched New Frontier just because I just hate the animation style. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't like that overly cartoony look to my superheroes. Though I think that's more of like a Super Friends type of era, right? Like that's like is not modern day.
No, it's
more modern, but
it's not Super Friends.
Well, not like, but I mean like the era is not like in the 2000s.
It's I would say
it's like a period piece. Like
right, that's what I mean.
Definitely a period piece. It's more like 40s, 50s,
right, exactly.
1950s.
Right, which I do love that era, but it's just personally it's just the animation style. But going back to what some people were saying, like you can't have a super big bad like a Darkseid or a Doomsday off the bat. Like we got that with BVS, and look at all the hate that got because it was just too early. Like it's too early to bring out Darkseid. If you bring out Darkseid in the beginning, who else is going to come afterwards? Like if you already beat Darkseid, and you could beat anybody, So the center is good enough if he is the big bad in this movie, then it's a good start because no one really knows who he is from as far as the mainstream audience is concerned. It seems like a big enough threat. It's a universal threat. Everyone comes together, blah blah blah. And then in the next movies, they follow it up with leveling up as far as villains are concerned.
That's fair assessment enough with that. I mean, it's all about execution. I mean, he still has to get the Superman film out before we even have an idea of the feel of this DCU. So
can anybody control the center, or is it just like something that he's just
it controls you?
Yeah, I think it got attached to Martian Manhunter, if I'm correct. It controlled him, which you could, it could possess people. It is like telekinesis.
I mean, it almost sounds like a Brainiac and mixed with a Parallax.
It's the physical manifestation of evil.
Okay,
it's like a roaming monster island physical manifestation of evil. So characters that
almost like
have
Apocalypse,
sorta.
Okay.
But unlike Apocalypse, it can infect and create these dinosaur monster things, and the characters that have psychic abilities, it can attack and control it controls people who don't have psychic abilities.
Okay.
To get its its will be done. But
It's a good choice.
it's an
Yeah, I think-
excellent choice, and it's a good character that is easily peppered in.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds like it's right up James Gunn's alley, especially you're talking about dinosaurs and all this manifesting all these different creatures. I feel like that type of stuff. And it's a little more on like a PG-13 kind of thing, so they can easily hit their target audience since they like to go younger.
Do you think we'll see Cadmus Labs?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Like
Oh,
any
yeah.
like
A few.
classic like things, yeah, Gunn's putting a lot sprinkled up into that. And so yeah, the center, like I said, is cool. It's kind of like that, you know, it's kind of an environmental message too, Danny, right? Like, because it hates what humanity has done to the earth and stuff.
humanity got too loud. It disturbed it. It woke it up.
Yeah.
So now it's like, now I gotta make these kids shut up.
The global warming people would love this.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Like, you get what you
we
deserve.
won't disturb them.
But,
We won't. They're having a bad day. We won't disturb them today.
but interesting. We'll see again overall how that comes together. I guess final discussion I want to throw out there on this midweek mega stream. We got most of the crowd. Speedy, I'm sure Speedy will jump back in, but there's been a lot of talk. I had a few things I talked about on here about the Joker film, and it's been mixed feelings about the Joker. We got the Mr. Metal Gear himself, Hideo Kojima, says Joker's 2 reputation will likely change over the next 10 or 20 years. He's saying
It won't.
people just
It
didn't
won't.
understand it.
It's a
you know?
musical.
And
It's
I
not
agree
right.
with him. I don't think it's a musical. I agree with him.
Now
Personally.
this is Mr. Now should I listen to Mr. Metal Gear or yeah, like I don't know. He's
That's
saying
one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Is it on streaming yet? I haven't even seen it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
Oh, it
I
made
think
no noise
digital.
on streaming. That's bad.
No,
That's
it's
pretty
you
bad.
could purchase it on digital.
You can purchase it, yeah.
Oh, I'm
it's
not buying it.
so bad. And have you read the things that Quentin Tarantino was saying? He's like, I love it. He just gave the comic book community a big middle finger. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the thing to do when you want people to spend money on your product.
With the #1 comic book villain of all time.
I mean, what's wrong with you?
my thought on it is it's really like, I thought personally it was on par with that first one, with how he was brought up. Yes, it was a lot of musical, but the musical aspect wasn't so like what's the movie I'm thinking of? Like In the Heights. It actually it was in certain segments that you knew he was turning into that character, the Joker. That's how I took it.
But
So
do you personally like musicals though?
Yeah, I do.
All right,
But-
so this would definitely, you're the target audience for this.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, okay.
It's not a
But
straight up musical.
yeah, but it's not a musical though. That's what I can distinguish the difference.
It's close enough. That's the problem.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, Mr. Metal Gear is saying, hey, like the people will understand this in 10 years. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, we can all have our opinions on it, but I mean, I'm gonna kind of lean towards
Speedy's back.
Mr. Metal
I'm back.
Gear.
Sorry.
We got Speedy back. I don't know if I ever got your thoughts on the Joker too. Did you hate this film too, Speedy?
I still haven't watched it to this day.
Oh,
Don't.
okay.
You're fine.
I've been
Secretly
depending
hate
on y'all to tell me
Give
about
it a shot. Give it a
No,
shot. Give it a
no,
shot.
Nah.
you're better. I'm telling you, it's not the
Hideo
Joker.
Kojima.
It's not
I'm
the
waiting
Joker.
for it to hit
No.
max, Speedy. I'm right there
I
with
think
you.
I think I'm gonna stay away from it for now.
Do you
That's
like
not-
the
Save it for a
game Metal
rainy
Gear?
day.
Do you like Metal Gear?
I do
the
like
game.
Metal Gear. Yeah.
So the creator of Metal Gear says that
Don't
maybe
let other
will
people
catch
tell
on
you how
it.
to think, Speedy.
You know, I've seen things that you know, people who like it, that don't like it. You know, I'm sure it's like what do they call that? Like you know,
Good?
like getting like a caviar or something. You know what I mean? Like something that you're not used to.
Acquired taste.
Yeah,
I
something
would
that's an
not-
acquired taste.
Acquired taste.
Yeah, well,
But like something very exotic. You know what I mean? Like
It's
Like
exciting.
shit?
octopus or crocodile.
I mean,
Yeah.
it feels
no,
like an
all
art
of that
house
is
film.
film.
tasty. All of that tastes good. Okay,
That
this was
sounds
like
quiet
eating.
taste.
This was like eating shit. I'm
Eating
never gonna
sex.
get used to eating
Shit.
shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Well, I don't know if
That's
Hideo, I don't think he agrees with you, Danny.
you know,
But I'm just saying,
we gotta do this for
opinions
Danny.
out there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, now we got effects.
we got effects a little bit.
Where you from, Sil? Hold it out.
No, that's for
No,
me.
that's all Speedy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Maria says, love Quentin Tarantino, but what he said was dumb. Oh man, hold on. Okay,
Well,
get this off the screen
Quentin,
here.
even Quentin is not at 100%.
I'm just saying, it's like an art house film, so I know, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really hit everybody the same. But in 10 years, we'll talk about it again. You know what
Or
I mean?
not.
Or never again.
Ghostman King says, ask the comic community why they idolize the Joker. What's wrong with them?
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
it's
why
idolizing.
like the first Joker was good. I'm glad it was well received and it was a great movie. But when in its conception, I was always like, why are we idolizing the villain? But I get it. Like people are interested in it. They executed it. It did well. Won awards. Great.
Is it idolizing if you're just showing it on his like first person perspective of the villain?
No,
That's
maybe
like
not.
we're idolizing the Penguin because you guys are watching the Penguin on HBO.
True.
He's a bad guy, though. Penguin's
Yeah,
really
no,
bad.
Right.
he's
It's
not a nice
his
person at all.
perspective. Like I'm sure
And,
it's a first person perspective.
And
You're gonna
think
look
about
at
it.
that lens.
Also, in on the other side of the coin, MCU. I mean, Agatha is not a nice person either. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
We're getting a lot of,
You're getting a lot of that. Yeah.
I really didn't like Agatha like the entire show. Yeah. I just did not. I was
That's why
like,
you didn't pop
I
into the
don't
watch
like
watch
Dude.
parties.
The
Listen.
truth comes
her.
out.
No, that's not.
The truth
no,
comes
no,
out.
I mean, her as a
needy.
character, like the show was
I-
actually decent,
I
but the
I need
I
I
agree.
need all the little Agatha kids that are just idolizing her so hard. I need you to recognize something, kiddies. She wasn't feeding her baby. She wasn't
Yeah.
taking care of that boy. That's
Yeah.
why he died. She wasn't taking care of him. Okay?
no, the death came and grabbed him.
That's pretty
Yeah.
dark.
It is. It's very dark. And they're also like, well, he's biologically Rio's son. She's the daddy. I'm like, wait a minute. Stop. Because Agatha flat
hurt
out
my head.
said,
Where did that come from?
kids,
That hurt my head.
kids
Kids.
online. They're saying
Children.
she's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
because
It wasn't
she's
a
the
joke.
daddy. It's Rio's kid. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, because Agatha flat out said, I spoke no spells. I made no incantations. I made you from scratch. She can't make him from scratch.
Well, there was that
With
one
Lady
child.
That would have to be magic.
Wanda did.
But that was magic. Agatha flat out said she did not use any magic.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're gonna go with magic on that one, but but Agatha as a character, I did not like her. Like in her show, I like everything. Like the Wiccan stuff was cool. Like,
Yeah,
Billy,
yeah.
whatever you want to call
Love
him,
the way he looked.
that was cool. But Agatha, I'm just like I was like they could just kind of kill this character. Like she could just not go on after this, and then of
Hey,
course they brought spoilers.
I got a white-haired elder statesman Agatha in the end, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. I got my white-haired Agatha.
You did get the comic accurate Agatha, and
Can you
it sounds
dig it?
like they're going to use her,
gotta
in
finish that show.
whatever Scarlet Witch project they do. I'm sure Agatha will show up in it. So,
Oh yeah, she's sticking around.
so the problem was they didn't give us a real Joker. So this month, and that's where the
Yeah, but
conversation
this was never supposed
lies.
to be that.
I just
He
think
it
was
was not
not
supposed
the
to be that.
Joker.
I think it overextended its welcome. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right. And-
Maybe they
and-
should
and
have
to-
just left it at the first movie, like Todd Phillips intended.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I like the second one, but the second one was definitely not needed. Like it should have just stayed at that first one.
Jules
That's-
summed it up perfectly with one tweet, and this cracked Jules and I up. We're
Oh my
over
goodness.
here
Hilarious.
trying to remain professional while we
Yeah.
read that. So Jules had the perfect tweet. She said, well, next time Maybe if a director says he doesn't want to direct a movie, maybe don't make him direct the movie. I'm like,
I mean, if his heart's not in
maybe.
it.
Yeah, maybe
That's my
like
friend.
maybe when somebody says, you know what, I really don't want to do that. Maybe we just don't do it.
Here's $1
And
billion.
they're like, they're like, what do you mean? Yeah, they're like, what do you mean? You don't want to do it? Like,
like,
there's more money. Yeah.
Yeah, here's
no
the
means
truck.
Still do
no,
it.
Warner Brothers. No means no.
What happened to
What does that?
consent?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what happened to consent?
Consent. No peer
I'm
pressure.
just saying. That's hey, that is what it is with Joker. But 10 years from now, we'll see. In the chat, last minute comments or questions. I'll address that before we close this one out. I started a little later than I'm going to be normally starting because world stuff. So I figured I'd start this a little later today. But next week, expect this to start a little earlier. Start time for that as well with the midweek mega stream. We talk about all the latest geek CBM film news, and I tell you what I'm hearing with it as well. We're everywhere: YouTube, Twitter. I think we got Facebook. We're everywhere. Follow wherever you're watching this right now. Support the platform for sure. For sure. Coming up for this platform, as we say, it's the big show every week.
Yeah.
And maybe some pop-up
Yes, sir. I want to answer Fernando Zayas. He said Freddy Krueger and Mike Myers were popular. Nobody questioned that.
Yeah.
Why have a problem with us loving the Joker character? No, it's good. You love the
Facts.
Joker character,
Yeah,
but it's
you
a different execution. Freddy Krueger and Mike Myers are like forces of nature, like Godzilla, and the whole movie is about trying to stop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they are the protagonists of the character. The Joker movie is not about stopping the Joker. It's a character study.
Yeah.
And the Penguin show is too as well. Agatha All Along is also part character study and doing a bunch of other stuff too at the same time.
But you can
a
still
lot of
like
shows.
it. Still have fun.
The different executions.
Oh, it's still like, okay. Well, as long as I'm allowed to like it now.
But and I like the first Joker. Don't get me wrong. They proved me wrong.
Get this comment.
Yeah.
Oh, Maria, your comments, Maria. My goodness, praising Jules and Danny way too much today. I'm just saying, way.
Hey, it's
way
my
too
last one for 2 months. Leave me alone.
Womp womp.
Good-
That's done.
Good thing we have a
It's like-
replacement. No, I'm just playing. No, but
Hey,
It's
don't
like
put
the
that on me,
earthquake.
man.
It's like the
Let's go to-
earthquake movie. It's like the earthquake movie still. The
got
earthquake
Brian
is the
Houston.
star of the movie. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. No,
Yeah, it's about the
definitely,
character surviving the earthquake.
Definitely, we're gonna miss Danny. Well, actually, if you want to tell people why won't you be here? It's not because
Danny has big
we don't like
boobs.
each other.
Yeah.
But what's going on?
I got a job. I got
Wow,
offered.
right.
Well, I
Yeah.
retired. I got offered a gig doing special effects makeup for a movie. So I will be filming in downtown St. Louis, my home.
Nice.
I will be filming for 6 to 7 weeks. So
Great.
Have fun.
Yeah,
Have
awesome.
fun.
I'm terrified. I feel like a
Well-
little kid about to jump off the high dive for the first time. Like everyone's gonna know I'm a liar. I've been lying
Well-
this whole time. I've been lying to myself. I don't know what I'm
If
doing.
anyone's seen your work, I'm sure you're gonna kill it
Yep.
with your
Thanks,
makeup stuff. Yeah, you do some
Yeah.
amazing stuff. So definitely is worthy enough to to take a couple
Down the
months
horn
off,
for that, Speedy.
Yeah.
Lifelong dream. I've wanted to
Thank-
do
thank-
special
thanks for
effects
not doing
makeup.
Oh, hit the horn. Hold on.
I thought he was really not going to do it.
Right?
So
I have.
My brain had a delay.
I've been wanting to do this.
I was like, oh,
for-
horn.
I've been wanting to do this since I was like 5 years old. So being able
That's
to,
great. Congrats.
you know,
Danny.
Yeah, man.
think like when you're a little kid, you're like, I want to be an actress. I want to be a famous movie star. I'm like, I just want to do blood and guts and stuff. It's that same kind of dream for me. And the fact that I'm getting to do it is kind of melting my brain a
Are
little
you
bit.
doing an NDA? You
but-
can't tell us what it is?
Oh, it is. They're calling it BPL for now. You know how movies are. They don't have.
Mm.
So I haven't
Mhm.
signed anything. I'll just say
Okay,
whatever.
cool.
They it's an all black cast, and there are zombies and Satan and
And
lots
Satan.
of gunshots.
It's a Ryan Coogler movie.
and
Boy.
You doing The Walking
it's,
Dead?
it's a young. It's all young production. Like they're all kind of newbies. I mean, they know people and they've been producing for a while, but it is the words that were explained to me were it's a horror, psychological thriller, spiritual, ancestral type thing. And I'm like,
Whoa.
just tell me what to paint. That's
Interesting.
What do you
I-
want? What
yeah,
do you
just
want?
tell me what to
your
paint.
vision is.
so I'm
Looking
doing
forward
like
to that.
so many
Nice.
gunshot victims, zombies, a Satan, a black and white bride. And
Wow.
there's all kinds of crazy stuff. So
Nice.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Amazing.
I don't know what
Good
you're gonna do
stuff.
with yourself.
Let us know when it drops.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm
Hopefully get some
afraid.
behind the scenes or something.
Afraid.
Oh, of course. Try and
chop
stop
it
me.
up. Just go do what you do, Danny. That's it.
Yep. Live your
Yeah,
dream.
no, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's gonna look great.
Yeah.
We already know
you
it's gonna look
guys.
great. So we see any comments or questions. We got Maria saying, "Do you think Craven will make the same money at the box office like Venom 3?" Now, Venom
Absolutely
3
not.
is over 300 million right
Mhm.
now. It's not the best, but it's gonna get some kind of profit. Craven, no, I don't think Craven.
Craven would be
or
lucky
what
to
do y'all think?
50, honestly.
Craven is going to be Madam
bomb.
Web all
Talk about
over
talk about
again.
another
Yeah.
movie y'all gonna have to tell me about.
All the
That's
kick-ass
a-
fans need to come out and support.
Yeah.
that should be the-
Like they've
I'm
made
skipping. I'm skipping that one, guys.
I mean, it's gonna be eye candy for the ladies. Just put it on streaming.
Oh yeah, he's beautiful,
Yeah,
no
he's-
doubt.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
a beautiful man, but it's come on, it's like Jules was saying about and I've lost the plot. My brain went somewhere else.
Hmm.
But no, they
Yeah,
have. Oh, I remember now. So Jules was saying Spider-Man has one of the best rogues galleries.
Mhm.
Yep.
Craven is in that. They've changed him completely. He's
Yeah.
now an animal rights activist,
Crazy.
not a
What?
hunter.
He
Yeah.
hunts animals. What are we doing? guys?
Exactly.
What are we
He's
doing?
called a
Yeah.
hunter.
Sony
Yes.
needs
I don't
to
know
be
if they took
stopped.
that out but he's supposed to hunt again. I don't know.
Hunting
It's probably
humans,
like
I
needs
guess.
to be
Brave New
stopped.
World.
And he got like one drop of lion blood in an open wound, and suddenly he's Craven, the animal rights activist.
Jesus,
how it
that
happens,
sounds
yeah.
horrible.
This is
That's
literally
how it
how it
happens.
happens.
Sony
Yeah,
needs to
that's-
take, like we have
Sign
really
me
good
up.
character studies happening from Warner Brothers and HBO. We have character
Sony
studies coming
needs to
from
stop.
Marvel that are decent, and then here you have Sony messing up all the rogues galleries from Spider-Man, doing a horrible
We-
job at it,
So-
barely making.
Sony can't have a pass no more. Like I'm
No.
like
They
really
need to be
No.
stopped. He's
Yeah.
done with
Yeah.
it.
They don't deserve a pass.
Cease and
I keep
desist.
telling you that the CW didn't close down its superhero department. They
Mm-mm.
just moved over to Sony.
Yeah, but-
I miss the
Oh,
filler
CW,
the filler
yeah.
CW episodes now once in a while.
I still
But-
rewatch the Flash early seasons.
Arrow.
The first season
Arrow
of Flash
early
was like
No.
season.
perfect.
I cannot
Yeah.
Talk
abide
about
Arrow.
Arrow will kick the
No.
can for like 5 episodes.
I
before they get to the
Arrow's
main
so
plot.
abide Arrow. They were trying to take
They'll
a
dance
Batman
around.
shaped peg and stuff it into a Green Arrow
Yeah,
shaped bowl.
Oh yeah, and then the monster. of the
I didn't mean to
week
start a
nonsense.
frenzy, my bad.
It
I love
worked
it
like
for
for 8
different reasons,
years.
but I'll tell you
But
though,
don't get-
Arrow show will
Low
kick the can
standards
for like
still.
8 seasons and then finally get to the point.
Don't get me
I'm just
look,
saying.
don't get me wrong. Stephen Amell is a beautiful creature. He is a sexy man, and I will watch him do just about anything. In fact, I do
All
watch him take ice baths like a creep on Facebook sometimes.
All right.
He's got a
But
great show.
even
The
his
show that he did on
hotness,
Netflix. Yeah.
even his hotness cannot save Arrow.
Mm.
It just,
He's got a really cool movie on Netflix that he was
Code 8.
that he produced. Yeah, Code 8.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's
okay.
two
He
of
has-
them.
2 of them.
He also has a good show on Stars. Well, it's not on
Heels.
Stars anymore. Yeah, Heels. Very
Heels.
good.
I haven't
Heels.
seen that
On
one. I gotta check
Netflix
it out.
now. It's on
I gotta check
Netflix.
it out.
Okay.
That's on
Very good
Netflix?
show.
Heels is amazing. I love Heels.
They're trying to promote it so it can get picked up for another season.
Mm.
Yeah.
on Netflix.
He's a good dude too. He's got integrity. He says what he says and he sticks with it. And
Yeah, I got a
I
really.
respect that.
I caught him at MegaCon Orlando. I forgot what
Does
year
he
it was,
smell
but I have his whole
nice?
panel. I recorded the whole panel. It's on my YouTube channel.
Oh well, I will check that out for reasons to
Oh,
support
geez.
my friend. That's
Yes.
why.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
By
why.
all means,
Okay.
do that.
All makes sense. We got Fernando here says, do you think that Christopher Nolan will consider making another comic book movie again for DC or MCU?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I
He's
would
an artsy
say
guy.
my answer, I would say no. I think Nolan's that type where he's like,
Been there,
He
done
did,
that.
that. He did that already.
Pretentious.
he likes to do
Yes.
him, and I think it's his brother. Who else write with him? I think it's his
Jonathan
brother. but
Nolan.
Mhm.
They like doing the original things.
Yeah.
So like if you keep
They want
adapting
Oscars.
stuff,
Yeah.
Superheroes
they
aren't going
don't
to give
really
them
work out.
Oscars.
Oscar
So
bait.
I don't think he will.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
Yeah, I don't
anyone
think-
understand Tenet? Still, no. That's the kind of stuff he wants to do.
Just confused.
I am
about-
still a
I
little
haven't
confused
watched
off
Tenet
Tenet.
to this day
Me
because
either.
What?
people were like,
It's
"Yo,
a
it's
good
kind of weird."
movie.
And I
It's
was
a
like,
good
"Ah, I
movie,
can't
but
do
it's
it."
like I have no idea what's going on. It must
Yeah, I
be
can't
really
do it.
smart.
I can't do it. If it's gonna frustrate me, I can't do it.
Are we ever getting Inception 2, or is that not happening anymore?
Oh, I hope not. The
Does
first
he make
one's good
sequels?
enough.
No, yeah, you're right.
He really doesn't do a million Lexus
Yeah, there you
Batman. Yeah, I don't
I
see
liked
that happening.
Inception though.
But Nolan, I mean, he has that new mystery film with Tom Holland coming out. What in
He's doing a
2026, I
vampire
think?
thing, isn't he?
Mhm.
Ooh, vampires.
I
He's
saw a
doing a
picture
very
of
vampire
them walking out of a helicopter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Was
oh,
Tom
oh.
Holland and somebody else?
Oh,
for a
yeah,
Christopher
yeah,
Nolan
yeah.
movie. Them
Can they
walking
bring
out
back
of a
hot
helicopter.
vampires? That would be nice.
Oh, please.
Tom Holland
I
is
want
not
to
a
see
hot
that
vampire.
Michael B. Jordan movie,
How
the
about
vampire
vampires
one.
that save
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Sinners. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some early test screenings for that. I don't know if y'all heard word on that, but it's they're not saying it's bad, so I'll just say that. They're early test-
Great.
so unfinished film, but so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Coogler and Michael B. Jordan together, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
I'm down
watchable.
for that.
Says Speedy will wait for years, like you don't watch
Probably.
anything.
Maria's question. I think we'll get a Power Rangers before we get another live action DBZ.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I don't know.
I-
it's the number one anime
Of all time.
Yeah.
They're
I mean-
gonna
That
figure
means
it
they're
out.
not gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no one wants to watch one punch being thrown for 3 hours.
Excuse you.
Like,
Easy.
there's gonna be a
That's a
lot
lot-
of like
that's a lot
hate
of
messages.
CGI.
Yeah.
Easy
Watch
there.
your words.
Jordan said it.
Watch your words.
That's a tag right there.
Watch
I
your
didn't
words.
say I didn't dis
Easy.
I just
thought
anime
she-
one time. Man, I got cyber jumped. Like I got they straight up
Honestly,
jumped
it's
me.
like it's my personal life's mission to bring a DBZ movie to live action one day before I
Yeah.
die. I want
Oh,
to.
you didn't like that one with Steve from Shameless?
I would even go as
I saw it for like illegally online
yeah.
when it came
Same
out,
here.
and I was still pissed.
I would go like because I really like the One Piece that they're doing on Netflix. If they would take that approach to a Dragon Ball Z, I think it'll work. Like kind of just do it like as a show, live
Maybe.
action.
There's just so
But-
much content that they can do too. I mean,
Yeah.
I have an outline. They can probably fit it Dragon Ball Z in like 5-6 movie series.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we're gonna wrap this one up, but definitely appreciate the supersized panel. We're looking forward to Danny coming back.
Danny, you'll be
Oh.
missed, but have
but she's-
fun.
But Maria said if Voltron was a hit. There you go.
Oh,
That
if
the
it
one.
was
If
a-
Voltron was
If
a hit.
Voltron hits.
I'm
And
sure
I,
it'll be.
I think we're gonna get a lot of 80s stuff if Voltron hits.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
just
think
gonna be
that
like, oh my
correlates
god,
with
this
at
makes
all.
money. This gets views. We're gonna
We'll
do
probably
this and that.
Thundercats,
Silverhawks and
smart.
Thundercats
probably
and
Gundam.
Oh,
robots.
That's
Robots are
Well,
making
Johnny
all
I
kinds
think
of
they're
crazy
working on
stuff.
Thundercats. I think they're working on it. It's like early
Johnny
production
Quest?
on Thundercats.
Because
Yeah.
Netflix had the rights to Power Rangers, and then like they kind of just stopped it because they don't know Hasbro doesn't know what they want to do with it. So I mean,
Well,
if
they did
Voltron
that
does,
tribute
never
thing.
does.
They did
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
tribute thing that
It's a
was
toy
eh.
company.
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely
I mean,
They
they still make money.
Also, I didn't
Yeah.
watch either because there were no hot Rangers. Once they stopped having hot Power Rangers, I stopped watching Power Rangers.
See,
It's-
Jules
it's
and
about
I
more
both
than-
always have the same
it's-
priorities.
It's,
Well, we need
more
eye
than
candy.
entertainment.
Yeah.
The men always have eye candy. Give
the
me
suit-
a nice look at
Ladies deserve something nice
robots.
to look at too.
the
Anyway.
robots.
Hey.
So anyway, Jules was saying that she was going to miss me. Mhm.
Oh, where's she
Take it all
say
in,
In the
Danny.
chat. Okay.
Oh, thank
On
you,
that
Maria.
note-
I'm going to miss you too.
We all gonna miss Danny. Links below. Still check out her show even when she's not here. And Speedy as well. Jules on Twitter. We got at Carlos as well.
Nice to
Real
meet you,
Talk
Carlos.
Productions.
Nice
Uh,
to meet
sure.
you.
More to
Nice meeting
come.
you guys.
Midweek mega size stream, sorta today. It'll be bigger next week. We out of here.
Stay tuned.
syllable ink to speak true as he bring the news. Coffee talk, stay brew, kick back, get real comfortable. Here to stay, no underlay, make sure I be's informed. On the road, on the go, playing ball on that pavement floor. It's the lifestyle right now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Guaranteed all week's going to always be on time. That's my word, y'all heard from Il Davino Vega's mouth. What's the words much more than what these networks talk about?